know, this is Pun, Drunk Boxer, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. So. Not only did Devin Haney send an offer to George Kambosos Jr., but now Vasyl Lomachenko took it to Twitter and said that they sent the offer to George Kambosos Jr. and they waiting on George Kambosos. Now it's 2 against 1. I gotta believe Devin Haney. I gotta believe George and Vasyl Lomachenko. George Kambosos, you know, he tweets like he said he hasn't gotten anything yet from anybody and he's still waiting. Well, these guys already sent an offer. Now I'm gonna say it like this, folks. My preference, I think the most important fight in the lightweight division, I do believe, is Devin Haney versus George Kambosos Jr. I said that fight probably not going to happen because I think the politics will get in the way. And the WBO will mandate Vasyl Lomachenko to fight George Kambosos, and then he will have no choice. Well, everybody got a choice, but you understand what I'm trying to say. So he won't be stripped with the belt. I have no choice in taking the Vasyl Lomachenko, or maybe they'll take it a purse bid and make somebody else buy it. I don't know, but the offer has been sent. I think that George Kambosos would have fight Devin Haney, would have fight Vasyl Lomachenko. I just don't think that his team is ready for him to fight this risky fight right away. You know, he's 28 years old. He worked hard to be in this position right now. It took him a while, and I think Peter Khan, his manager, I think Lou DiBella, his promoter, will milk this period of his career. My opinion, I do believe that before he gets mandated by the WBO, I think he can take a voluntary and probably fight a good fight out there in Australia. Now, I don't know too much about Australia. It's been very uncertain. A lot of uncertainties go to when it comes to, you know, making a deal in Australia. I think there's a lot of risk for probably Matchroom, and a lot of risk for Top Rank. So, you know, they be closing, they opening, restrictions and things of that nature. I don't know. There is a lot of uncertainties going on in Australia. I do think that Devin Haney, he said he'll fight over there in Australia, but I think it'll be better off. I think it's better to fight over here, in my opinion. But for George Kambosos, I think it's just due for somebody to go out there in Australia. He fight in his home. I'm not saying that he shouldn't fight home. What I'm saying is a lot of uncertainties making a fight and then it's canceled because of a ban. You already know we're still living through a pandemic and things of that nature. So, again, I would like to see Devin Haney versus George Kambosos Jr. Don't know if that's going to happen. Got son, I was eating a burger. And I don't know if Lomachenko and George Kambosos is going to happen next. I think he's going to take a quick voluntary, in my opinion. And I think it's going to have to do with because of his team, not because of George Kambosos. George Kambosos is a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And he's not afraid to travel anyway because that's not the way he got his strap. But let me know what y'all think, man. The offer's been sent, so it's not for George Kambosos to stop saying that he ain't getting no offers. And let's listen to what Lou DiBella and Peter Khan has to say. Let's listen to what they got to say because George Kambosos probably is. I think he can't be saying that Vasyl Lomachenko and Devin Haney is lying. So I've gotten information that both of these guys have really sent the offer. Now, George Kambosos, now the difference between George Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez, when people saying that Teofimo Lopez didn't want to fight the likes of Devin Haney or rematch Vasyl Lomachenko, is that Teofimo Lopez never got an offer. Teofimo Lopez never got an offer, a real offer on paper by these two men. But this time, you know, I always say the real duck and the real avoid comes with paperwork. Now, if paperwork were sent, and George Kambosos is going to deny those paperwork, that's a real duck in the sport of boxing. That's a duck in the sport of boxing. So let me know what y'all feel. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. Let me know if you think that George Kambosos is ducking because already the paperwork already was sent. So if he fights anybody else, of course, if he fights Lomachenko, is it a duck? Is he ducking Devin Haney? I believe it would look like it, you know, vice versa. Not vice versa because I think that Devin Haney is in position. I think Devin Haney is the fight. But I think Bob Arum is going to use his power and his relationship with the WBO, and they're going to mandate the fight. But I think that George Kambosos is going to get an easy fight in between, get some money, And it is what it is, man. I'm just speaking the real shit. Love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.